What up to all my movie fan base and my movie heads? The Movie Man is back in full effect, and I'm going to talk about an underrated movie, and I mean an underrated movie that has gone on the radar for so long. I mean, it was acclaimed at the time, but got lost, among the years of a lot of bullshit. I'm going to say that. So we're going to take a deep look, kind of retrospective look, into my man Denzel Washington, Devil in a Blue Dress. Devil in a Blue Dress, directed by Carl Franklin and based on the book by Walter Mosley. Now, it grossed only about $27 million, and your budget was $22 million. And of course, most of that money went to my man Denzel Washington. This cast includes Denzel Washington, Easy Rollins, Jennifer Beals, she plays the Devil in the Blue Dress, Lisa Nicole Carson, Don Cheadle, who plays Mouse, Tom Sizemore, and basically there's other people in the cast, but those are the main players. Side note, Jonathan Demme executive produced this film. And if you don't know who Jonathan Demme is, just check out the best movie ever directed. He directed a lot of other movies. He was part of Philadelphia with Denzel Washington, but he directed one of my favorite films, Silence of the Lambs, a film that to this day I don't think no one can beat or outmatch. All right, let me break it down. Let me break down this character and synopsis of this movie. Denzel Washington plays Ezekiel Easy Rollins, and the movie takes place in 1948, and he's a decorated war hero who returns home from post-war America, and of course, he encounters a lot of racism. He just got fired from his job, and basically he has to, he just bought a house. He has to pay off his mortgage, so he's forced to take this kind of under-the-table job, and he has to find his missing socialite. And basically, Easy's caught between the white, and the black power elite. He's caught between, Black America and white America, and he has to hire his friend, Don Cheadle, which plays Mouse, and just looking for this woman named Daphne Monet, which is played by Jennifer Beals. And, I don't want to give it away because there's a lot of Gen Xers who haven't seen it, and some Gen Zs who have not seen it. So they've heard of this movie, but they have not seen it. So, as I said before, this movie is directed by Carl Franklin and was released in 1995. And he loved the story that Walter Mosley, wrote in his books. And he wrote, I think, 3 to 5 novels, of Ezekiel Rollins and even the boy Mouse. And he loved it so much that he went to the movie studios and they gave him a good deal. They said, look, if this film grosses more than its budget, because the budget was over $22 million, and most of that money went to Denzel Washington. Of course, he was a big-time star, even in the 90s. That's when he was best Oscar, nominee, best Oscar winner. He was doing Malcolm X, everything. Denzel was hot. So, unfortunately, the movie didn't gross only $27 million at $22 million. So that means it was a flop, guys. And it's sad because this character is so underrated. This character, Easy Rollins, and how the dynamic he plays in the movie, I really, honestly, God, this is from my heart. I really wish they would resurrect this character. Maybe in a new actor or something. They don't have to be Denzel Washington, but just resurrect this character. Side note, this is one of the movies that, like I said before, should already be 4K. And it's because it's a flop, and that's why they take so long to do this. But I'm going to put my 2 cents in now. It's because it's a black cast, in a way. It's a black director. And I've seen less films, like movies like Dead Heat, that failed at the box office, but got a 4K UHD release. I really believe that this character could be revived. And I don't care if you get Denzel Washington played again. I mean, he's a great actor, but, I just love the detective part of this, because I was a fan of Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, Roman Polanski film, great film. And, great detective. I love these kind of noir detectives. But he wasn't a private eye. Easy was just a guy trying to survive. That's why I relate to him. He was just trying to survive in a racist world. Getting beat up by the cops. Just getting effed over left and right. He had to call his boy in Mouse to level the playing field. And that's one of the things I love about Don Cheadle's character, Mouse. Is just he was raw. He was like Pookie and Ray Ray, but in the 40s. Just beautiful characters, man. Beautiful characters all around. The screenplay was beautiful. Again, no one hated this film. It's just in 1995, it didn't resonate with the audience. Now, this is my opinion as a black man. If you don't know my background, let me tell you my background. I actually went to school of acting. I was an actor, background actor, extra. I did all of it. And one of the shit I never understood or I never liked is the race card being played. The only roles that they wanted me to do as an actor was, the thug roles. I could never play a character like this. Though I went to school for it. I went to 2 schools for this, guys. I went to 2 schools for acting. And this is why these kind of films resonate with me so hard. Like Meteor Man, directed by Robert Townsend, or Posse, directed by Mary Van Peebles. Those films did not perform good at the box office, but it had great characters. A black guy who's a superhero, a black guy, who's a private eye, or a black guy who's a black cowboy, because you always heard about Young Guns and it's all good. That's why people hate Assassin's Creed Shadows. They hate it because, that character, I'm mispronouncing his name, Yasuke, excuse me if I mispronounce the name. They hated the fact that this was a black samurai in feudal Japan. They hated that. And they hate these kind of characters, guys. They really do. I'm sorry. Hollywood hates when black men and black women doesn't play the stereotype. Okay, I'm going to give you another example. Inside Man, that was directed by Spike Lee, that starred again, Denzel Washington, was a mega hit. It was a mega hit. Okay, it wasn't like this movie, Devil in the Blue Dress. This was a mega hit, even for Spike Lee. And when Spike Lee wanted more money to do a sequel, and Denzel wanted more money to do the sequel, they said no. Now, I'm going to say, I don't care for the people in the back. Yes, the race card is being played, and I talked about this on my TikTok channel a lot about the race card being played in Hollywood. Okay? This was a positive character that Denzel played. And, Spike Lee, he always directs the race-based movies, like Do the Right Thing or School Days or Jungle Fever. He directs that. And everybody knows him for that. But this was a mega hit for Spike. And I have to say this, if this was Tom Cruise, if this was Brad Pitt, Okay, if this was one of those actors, they would have gave him that $26 million paycheck. They would have gave him, if it was a Steven Spielberg or a Robert Zemeckis or George Lucas. This was a mega hit for Spike. One of his biggest mega hit he ever had. He will never have probably hit like that ever. You know, and Denzel had hit after hit after hit. A lot of people say, oh, what about Malcolm X? Yeah, it was a hit, but it wasn't like Inside Man. And this is the bullshit I'm talking about. That's the bullshit of how they want us they don't want to Blade. That's why they can't make that movie. They can't make that movie. You know, it's disrespectful. And honestly, that's why I probably gave up acting. It was just disrespectful. And I know what you're saying. It's different now. We have Don Cheadle, you know, he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have Anthony Mackie. Yeah, but have you ever noticed that they recycle the same characters, the same actors? How much movie have you seen with Terrence Howard and Morris Chestnut and Tate Diggs, the best man? They did so much movies and television shows together. I kid you not. How much times have you seen Taraji P. Henson or Gabrielle Union, you know, or Sanaa Lathan in the same damn film, but with a different name, different characters? It's the same people. They do not want, you know, new black actors in Hollywood. Okay, they just don't want it. That's why I don't understand why anybody would complain about Oscars or Emmys. I don't watch that. I don't watch Oscars. I don't watch any of that. I don't watch Grammys. I just somewhat lost my respect for Hollywood, and you know, partially that's why I quit. The other part, with, you know, being a background actor, being an extra, it don't pay the bills, brother. It don't pay the bills. But all in all, I still have a passion for this. I have a passion for acting. I have a passion for movies. I have a passion for this. It's just not me, you know, going on here trying to get a check from YouTube or TikTok. Nah, it's a passion of mine. So anyone who knows me knows that this is a passion, you know, a real passion of mine. And I just don't like seeing black actors left over. I don't like to see the stereotype. Like, for instance, Halle Berry, you know, being, you know, Storm in X-Men. That shouldn't have happened. It could have been Angela Bassett. It could have been someone darker skinned. Yes, colorism plays a big role in Hollywood. I'm the biggest fan of the X-Men franchise. I'm the biggest. Well, not the film. I think the film was like a 8 out of 10 for me. But of the comic book, how Tom McFarlane, I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name, Tom McFarlane did, and then he did Spawn, I was just the biggest fan. And so when I heard in 2000 it was coming out, they casted Halle Berry. I was disappointed. Storm is a dark-skinned mutant. A dark-skinned mutant. And they did that wrong. I'm sorry. I don't care how beautiful Halle Berry is. I don't give a damn. Okay? They could have casted Angela Bassett. Someone. I don't care. A new black actress. I don't care. I don't care. You know, like I said before, guys, the reason why I promote these kind of films of The Devil in the Blue Dress or The Meteor Man or Posse or, well, I don't promote New Jack City because New Jack City was a mega hit. It was a hit. But guess why it was a hit, guys? Wesley Snipes playing Nino Brown. Okay? A drug dealer. Now, I know you're saying Ice-T was a cop, you know, but still, you know, he was typecast a lot in his role. He said before Blade, he didn't even set no roles after that. He didn't want no roles that associated him with drugs. I know he did a couple of films when, you know, he came out of jail, but I totally understand, man. It's like they want black people to play the same part. They want black people to play the same stereotype. This is just my opinion, my 2 cents about this movie. I know it flopped. I get it. But I believe it would have been like an Inside Man, like the Spike Lee film. I believe if this film was successful, and if Denzel Washington asked for more money, or even Don Cheadle, and, you know, if they came back as characters because the film grossed, let's say, over $100 million, I don't believe, you know, Paramount would have paid. I don't believe Paramount would have paid them. You know, and think about that. Paramount had such a great relationship with Eddie Murphy. You know, but I said before, Eddie Murphy's a comedian, and it's different. And I'm not trying to disrespect Eddie Murphy, but it's not the same as Wesley Snipes or Denzel Washington or Don Cheadle or character actors like Samuel Jackson. They have a different role to play. He's just a funny guy. You know, you could sell that, but an actor, you know, playing a superhero role, or, you know, that's why Black Panther was so hard to be made in the 90s. That's why Wesley Snipes couldn't get it made, because there was no backing, there was no insurance. I said this before on the Blade film. I did a Blade biopic on my channel, Constantine Jr. Shameless promotional plug. But yeah, I cannot understand why this film is just thrown in the trash like all the other black films I've seen in my lifetime. I know it was a flop, but I said before, I've seen other flops. Like Wanted, that was a flop. Dead Heat was a flop, and they still have it on 4K. They have so much movies that's a flop, but they'll promote on Netflix and Amazon, you know. And I know for the people in the back who's gonna go, everything's about race. Yeah, it has to be. We live in a racist America. That race card has to be played all the time, even in this film. You know, look how it's hard to get beats up here and there. I know it's the 40s, it's different. No, it's not. It's not that different. I mean, we're not getting hosed with dogs, you know, or you know, sorry, not hosed with dogs, chased by dogs, or you know, water shooting from a big hose, you know, tell us not to protest. But like I said before, guys, and I repeat again, I will go to bat for these kind of films, because these films show a different part of where I come from, a great part. You know, as I said before, when you grow up in the hood, and I grew up in the middle class, I didn't grow up in the project or anything, but even then, all you have around you is, you know, drug dealers and all that, Pookie and Ray Rays, and, you know, all the bullshit that comes to the hood. And it's hard for anyone to have a hero in this world. So yes, I'm gonna love the Spawn more. I'm gonna love Blade, or, you know, Black Lightning. And I know they were created by white men. I know they were created by Jewish men. I get it. Jewish comic writers did this. White comic book writers did this. It's like Tom McFarlane did Spawn. But still, you know, you need someone to look up to in this world. You really do. I don't want to sound too preachy, but, you know, with so much false leaders in the black community, and I mean a lot of false leaders. I'm not gonna say no names, but, you know, people who take money from us, who our own disrespect our own. When I watch these kind of movies, it just brings me to a place where, man, we need these kind of characters in real life. We need Easy Rollins. You know, and my take on this character, as I said before, he was just trying to survive. He was just trying to survive. And, you know, just like Mouse here with my man Don Cheadle, you know, he's trying to survive too. You think it was easy to get a job looking like that, you know, as a black man in 1948, getting a job? And the only reason that his character actually took the job with Tom Sizemore, you know, the gangster character, is that he needed the money. He goes to the house, he needed to pay, you know, pay his mortgage. You know, that's why we don't judge people no more, you know, based on those kind of things. I used to be one. You know, you're not supposed to sell drugs. You know, I used to be that guy. Believe me, I used to be that guy, but not anymore. Not anymore, guys. You know, times are tough. America lies. Republican, Democrats, you can't trust nobody. And that's why I love films like this, and I will always go to bat for films like this. Devil in the Blue Dress. It's free on YouTube, guys, or you can rent it on Amazon. You can get it on Google Play, Apple TV, I don't care. One of the great movies that Denzel Washington never put foot in. Directed by my man Carl Franklin. Movie Man, out.